Children, we have seen that as per Coulomb's law, force acting between any two charges can be calculated using this equation. What is the equation? F in air or F in vacuum or free space. We consider the air, even though air is a medium, we consider the force acting in air and the force acting in vacuum as similar because the permittivity of air and permittivity of vacuum is nearly same. So the force in air is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. But this is the case of free space or vacuum or when the charges are present in air. But what if the charges are present, or what if a medium is introduced between two charges? Then the equation can be rewritten like this: force acting in a medium. So Fm represents force acting in a medium as 1 by 4 pi epsilon into Q1 Q2 by R square. So here we have used epsilon naught, here we have used epsilon. What is the difference between these epsilon naught and epsilon? See, epsilon naught means what? Epsilon naught is permittivity of free space and epsilon is permittivity of medium. What is this permittivity? See here, just look at this figure. Here we have considered two charges Q1 and Q2 separated by distance R. These charges are present in vacuum. That means no medium is introduced between these two charges. So Q1 will exert a force on Q2. In turn, Q2 also exerts a force on Q1. Nothing is here to obstruct them. But consider this figure. Here also we have considered the same two charges Q1 and Q2 separated by the same distance R. What is the difference? Here we have introduced a medium. A medium is introduced in between these two charges. Okay. Now what happens? Now can Q1 exert force on Q2 to its fullest extent? Or in turn, can Q2 exert force on Q1 to its fullest extent? No, it's not possible. Why? Because this medium doesn't allow the charges to exert force on each other to the maximum. That means this medium absorbs the effect of the electric charges. For example, suppose this charge Q1 exerts a force of 10 Newton on Q2. Okay, the charge Q1 exerts a force of 10 Newton on Q2. So let the force is acting like this in the form of threads. See, I am using the word thread here only to make you understand. You know, we cannot, that means force is not exerted in the form of thread. Okay, so just consider Q1 exerts a force of 10 Newton on Q2. Okay, so here a medium is introduced. This medium absorbs a force of 6 Newton. Okay, then how much force is experienced by the charge Q2 due to Q1? Yes, 10 minus 6, that means only 4 Newton. I hope you understood this concept. Q1 is exerting a force of 10 Newton. That means Q1 is trying to exert a force of 10 Newton on Q2. But due to the presence of this medium, the 10 Newton force is not experienced by Q2. Instead, only 4 Newton force is experienced by Q2. And 6 Newton force is absorbed by this medium. Okay, so how much does this medium allow the charges to exert force on each other? That is permittivity. So here we can say 6 is the permittivity of this particular medium. Suppose we replace this medium by another medium with a permittivity of 8 Newton. So let it be 8 Newton now. So how much force is experienced by Q2? Yes, Q1 exerts a force 10 Newton and 8 Newton is the permittivity of this medium. So how much force is experienced by Q2? 10 minus 8, nearly 2 Newton force. Now only 2 Newton force is experienced by Q2. Okay, so as the permittivity of the medium increases, the effect of force exerted between the charges decreases. That means if permittivity increases, the force experienced by the charges or the force exerted by the charges on each other decreases. So this is permittivity. What is permittivity? Permittivity is the electrical characteristic of a medium due to which it absorbs the effect of the electric charges and in turn it decreases the effect of force exerted by the charges on each other. Here we can rewrite this expression using this equation: F is equal to K into Q1 Q2 by R square. Here the constant K is called the dielectric constant and this dielectric constant depends upon the characteristics of the medium. For different media the value of K will be different. Okay, so in free space we have seen the value of K is 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. That is the value of K in free space or vacuum or air. Okay, now we can see one thing. When the charges are in vacuum, that means if no medium is there in between the charges Q1 and Q2, they can exert maximum force on each other because nothing is present here to absorb the effect of charges. So maximum force is experienced when charges are present in free space or vacuum or air. Okay, so the force is maximum when charges are present in air. At the same time, if we introduce a medium in between these two charges, the medium will absorb the effect of charges and doesn't allow to exert maximum force on each other. So the force experienced by the charges will decrease. Okay, so F medium is less. The force experienced by the charges in a medium will be less compared to the force experienced by the charges in air or in vacuum or in free space. Why is it so? Because permittivity of medium is more compared to the permittivity of vacuum or free space. That's why the force experienced is less in a medium. Okay, that is permittivity of a medium is greater than permittivity of air. So that's why if permittivity increases, force experienced decreases. That is clear from this equation. See here, from this expression. Here epsilon is in the denominator, so when epsilon or the permittivity increases, the force experienced decreases. Okay, so you must remember this relation of force and permittivity. It's very important. Maximum force is experienced in vacuum because permittivity of free space or vacuum is less than that of medium.